Welcome to Conversations with Body and Mind with myself, Antoinette Nirvana. Body and Mind is your health and wellness online directory for professionals. In today's conversations, we will be chatting with Diane Brear. Diane Brear is an AnamCaras soul guide and Reiki Master. We will find out more about Diane and what brought her to this journey of doing her healing. We will also go a lot more into what is AnamCaras Healing and all the other modalities that Diane has to offer. And believe me, there is a whole lot of incredible work, including she is a priestess and a teacher. There's a whole lot of other things that is worthwhile listening to and that we could learn from Diane and the work that she's doing. Welcome, Diane. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks, Antoinette, and yourself?
Good. I can't complain. Thank you. So before we get into what is AnamCaras Healing and all the other beautiful work that she's doing, who's Diana? How did you get onto doing this work? What led up to it? What are the events that kind of journeyed you to AnamCaras Healing and especially to these modalities that she has to offer?
Thank you, Antoinette. AnamCaras is a Gaelic word for, or really an Irish word for a soul healer or a soul guide. And my journey really started when my uncle wound up with lung cancer, and then that was quite traumatic because he died very quickly from it. And then in later years, my mother also got cancer, and I nursed her until she died. And from there, I wound up in a religious organization, a Christian background, where I was actually mentoring over 200 young women and their leaders. And I basically burnt out, and I wound up with anemia, and I realized that I wasn't healing on a spiritual level, and I couldn't find the answers to that. And so I started seeking, and I realized that some of the answers to that healing lay deep within my own psyche, and that it was not merely medical healing that was needed, it was spiritual healing. It was going into soul and becoming who I really was. And so from there, I started studying complementary therapies, and I had a very bright complementary therapist teacher, and she kept saying to me, "You're an energy worker," and I kept telling her she was talking nonsense. But long short, yes, I wound up going for a Reiki session, and I really found healing through the Reiki. I decided eventually that I was going to take a course in Reiki, and Reiki led and opened a lot of other doors. So from Reiki, I realized I had other woundings, and by looking into my woundings, I then wound up doing a soul retrieval practitioner course. I did an Embracing Your Shadow course and started working with my shadow, and that kind of led me to the journey and to the conclusion of the journey, in a sense of going into consciousness and awakening to my true purpose in life.
That's great. And the question that I have from quite a religious background and leading a lot of women, which obviously already opened up the teacher in you and the healer within you. But what was that event that really opened the door? What was that first catalyst that showed you something outside of the religious, outside of the church, that kind of said, okay, I want to see what that is all about?
I would say it wasn't a single event, it was a combination of events. I had always, as a child, I'd always been drawn to sort of the other realm. I'd always been drawn to the Fae. I worked a lot with trees as a young child, but that, as I grew up, society kind of stamped that out, and so I conformed. But for me, it was really realizing that a doctor was looking at my blood results, and I could see she was thinking that I was seriously ill. That led me to deeply question, so if I am seriously ill, what now? The Reiki opened consciousness, I would say. And I think as well, perhaps if I need to narrow it down to one single event, when I did a Embracing Your Divine Feminine course, there was a drumming experience on that, and I met a jaguar-formed guide, if you like. And that image kind of stuck with me, and I just knew that I needed to look at what else is out there, because it was transformational.
That is very courageous to kind of step off something that is secure and known. And as you say, you kind of were programmed, and very few people are able to kind of step beyond that and go, well, there must be more, and I want to explore that. And we will get into more about which modalities you use, all the different techniques, because I know that you have a lot to offer. You have an incredible resume, if I can call it that, of different products, and I really love all the things that I see on them. So could you tell us more about what it is you do and a bit of details and the benefits of the work that you have to offer?
Okay, thanks, Antoinette. I'm going to just pick a few of them. One of the things we found that works very well is we do the shamanic drum journeys. We basically get people in, we sit around the fire, and we take them on a guided meditation into the lower, middle, or upper world, depending on what we're working with, and introduce them to guides. Really, what we do is we hold space for them, because in essence, the journey is happening within them, and it's about allowing them to relax sufficiently in a sacred and safe space where they can journey to meet the guides that are going to help them, so they retrieve their own medicine that is going to help them. This enables people to find empowerment, it opens other spiritual paths for them, and it gives them insights and guidance into their lives and their journey. I just find it's wonderful, and it's just such, of course, the other benefit of doing the guided shamanic journeys is we are outside. Just being able to be in nature and absorb that essence of nature helps people to ground and center in themselves. The other one that's at the moment that I'm really enjoying is the crystal light chromotherapy. I was very blessed to be able to get a global crystal light wand from Brazil, and it basically works on the principle of the crystal amplifies energy, and you have light filters that you put into the wand, and these obviously work on each of the different chakras. And it also works to activate the meridian points on the body. What's nice about this modality is not only does it release trauma and blockages from the chakras, but it also works on the cellular level. So it's rejuvenating and regenerating to the body as well. And the people experience sensations in their various chakras and being worked on in the body. I love that modality. Then, of course, I'm also a womb keeper, very dear to my heart because I had a lot of womb trauma myself. My mother nearly died giving birth to me. She had a lot of trauma which was carried over to me. So the ability to be able to help women and men reconnect to the sacred feminine, the divine within them, the essence and the spark of life, their creative center, is a very powerful journey for me, and it's powerful to be able to watch them as they journey and they reconnect and they heal woundings to their sacral chakras and they release trauma, particularly women, to their womb. And it's important because they also release conditioning. We've been programmed and conditioned by society around a lot of issues surrounding your womb and, you know, how many children you should be having, what you should be doing with your womb, what you shouldn't be doing. And so it's a very, very empowering right. And what I love about it as well is once you've gifted the right to someone, they then can gift it onto someone else. So it's passed on. So it becomes medicine passed from one woman to another, which is actually quite empowering as well. The other one that I want to talk to you a little bit about is my dark goddess readings. These are a little bit different. It's not a tarot reading, but while I was journeying in terms of healing my own shadow, I came into contact with the Morrigan, who is an Irish battle goddess, if you like. She's been called many things, but basically her role is to empower people, to help them to step into their own sovereignty, to take back their sovereignty. And so many of us in the world today live lives where we are conditioned to, conform to what we're told to be. And Morrigan's role is really to help, and the dark goddesses, their role is to help people to step into their sovereignty. So it's an intuitive healing. We draw basically 3 cards which I've actually created for your past, present and the future, where we look at the energy that has kind of journeyed you to where you are and what energy you need to get where you are. And that also entails a little bit of work with the goddess energy. So I would introduce you to whichever goddesses come up and teach you how to work with them, how to bring their energy into your own energy so that you can become more self-empowered. And then my other favorite is the Tyson foot reflex massage. That's a little bit like reflexology, but we work the meridian lines, so the sen lines running up to the knee. And it's very, very relaxing for clients. We open the foot, relax the foot, give it a reflexology on the soles of the foot, as well as working the top, bottom side of the foot and also the energy lines. So we're opening meridians, empowering the foot to become less stiff, and also as well it improves circulation and it boosts the immune system, reduces stress, and it's just a very nice modality to just empower yourself a little bit in terms of taking care of your feet and rejuvenating your feet, because obviously it's a microcosm of what's going on in your whole body. the points on the feet. So yeah, I have a lot to offer. My other ones are available on the website that they can have a look at. But it's been an interesting journey, and I love giving people the opportunity to ignite their healing. I love teaching classes, and at the moment we're busy with a Conscious Creators class, and that is really about allowing people the opportunity to become conscious of how they are actually creating from their wounds and their trauma, how they are actually creating their reality, and how they need to work with that and work with their woundings in order to overcome woundings so that they can ascend and move further and ignite their own soul spark to journey on in their life to where they need to be.
That's really nice. Thank you, Diane. And lastly, what you could share with us is where are you based and your contact details, social media platforms, all of those things that people can get hold of you. And also the other thing that I was thinking about is, do you do Skype work as well? Being able to do readings or things like that with Skype. So give all of those details for people.
Okay, thank you, Antoinette. Yes, so I live in a lovely leafy suburb of Blegauri in Randburg, and they can contact me. My contact number is 081 735 8350. I'm on Facebook under AnamCaras Heal. I've got a Wix website, anamcarasheal.wix.com. If they want to email me, I'm available on email at dianeforbalance@gmail or anamcaraheal@gmail.com. Otherwise, they can also contact me on Skype, and it's Life Diane Brear.
Don't forget, you can also go to our website, which is www.bodyandmind.co.za. You can also go to our blog, which is www.bodyandmindblog.co.za. All our interviews, all our practitioners, everything that you're looking is on our website and on our blog. And there is a link to Diane Brear's page, and all of what she has to offer, all her contact details will come up if you just put in the search bar Diane Brear, which is Brear is her surname. And then also lastly, the Body and Mind app, which you can now find in your Play Store on both iPhones and Androids. All our interviews, all our blogs, all our practitioners that we have interviewed, all their details is on the Body and Mind Health Directory app. And then please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our interviews and share if you would like anybody else to gain benefit from that. And that's the Body and Mind YouTube channel. So that's then our conversation today. Thank you for sharing your beautiful work with us, Diane.
Thank you, Antoinette, for having me. It's wonderful to share and to be able to help people.
Thank you very much. You have a good day.
You too.